Well, it's a Saturday here in beautiful New Hampshire, so I'm not doing my regular full-time job, which is recruiting and talent acquisition, but I'm also not doing my second job of firewood because we are in the midst of a blizzard. Um, it's called a Noreaster in the Northeast, and we're expected to get probably 2 feet of snow today. Um, so I figured I would just maybe show you some things inside that we do on a Saturday that does not have anything to do with working outside other than clearing snow. But it's actually in its own way a very beautiful day. Um, but no firewood cutting today. But this is where the firewood for our own home is thrown down through the bulkhead down here into our basement, and it's almost to its final destination here, but not quite. So now here we are in our basement, and that's the pile of wood that had been thrown down from the bulkhead. And what happens from here is I take my trusty old wheelbarrow, which I use for about 20 years, and it just this past year got retired from outdoor work to indoor work. So it is got an easier life now than it used to have. So we take the firewood from there and its last journey into what we call the Castine room. And this is our Castine room. You might be wondering, why is it called the Castine room? Well, our family has been blessed to have land up in Castine, Maine for many, many years, since around 1832, as best as we can tell. And that's why it's called the Castine room. Castine, Maine is on the coast of Maine, and you can see the obvious nautical theme here. This is actually a book, a couple of different editions of it, that my grandfather and I wrote a few years back, chronicling his life growing up on Morse's Cove in Castine. He was born in 1908, so he saw a lot of changes in his life. I'll show you around a little bit here. So the room is just full of old antiques that many of them go back to the 1800s, some from the 1900s as well, and some from even more current than that. You can see the outside snow that is happening, the blizzard. And let's see, over here we have the wood stove. This is a Lopi Liberty wood stove. It's, I think, the biggest steel wood stove that they make. It is rated for logs up to 24 inches in length, but honestly I can fit 28, 29, 30-inch logs in there without any difficulty if I put them in diagonally. I think there may have only been one log since I've been using this that I had to cut down a little bit more that I could not fit in there. Looking out this window, I did try to put a little bit of natural light in this room. You can see over there in the corner the firewood processing area, which I recently kind of created that just to kind of be out of the way of the yard and off to the side. Over here we have the woodshed, which is getting more empty because it's almost the end of January and I've already burned through probably 4 cords of wood already this year. Another 1 or 2 to go, I think. That's a picture of my grandfather, whom I love so much. He lived to be 100 years old. That's a picture on his birthday, obviously. It's my jacket getting dried off from plowing a little bit earlier. And just more family heirlooms and keepsakes. That's a picture of my dad there, and his dad actually made that. A lot of these these ship models. His dad was very talented in that respect. He made that many, many years ago. I actually never knew that grandfather. He died before I was born. So much history here. I won't bother to explain it all to you, but this is another really important person in our ancestry. My grandfather, what he called his Grampy, he was actually a Civil War veteran, and he spent the first 15 years of my grandfather were spent sharing a bedroom with this man when he was an older man. So again, it just goes way back. And the wood stove will heat basically our whole home. It's rated to heat, I think, 2,500 square feet, which is larger than our home. And the heat just goes right up the stairwell here, all the way up the first and second floor, and just heats it beautifully. Well, it's getting to be late in the day, and I'm going to plow the driveway with the four-wheeler and plow. This will actually be the third time I've done it today. Try to stay ahead of the storm. And this is what you have to do on days off when it's not conducive for splitting wood. So fire up the old Honda Foreman.
Definitely worked. I was gonna stop the camera.
Here we are the day after the big storm. Just a view of God's beautiful creation.